Asian horror games are in a league of their own when it comes to delivering spine-chilling experiences. Unlike many Western horror titles, these games dive deep into psychological horror, drawing on rich cultural myths and folklore to create something truly terrifying. They don't just scare you, they get under your skin, haunting you with eerie atmospheres and unsettling stories that stay with you long after you've finished playing. In today's video, we're going to explore some of the best Asian horror games that have made a significant impact on the genre. So, if you're a fan of horror games that challenge your nerves and mess with your mind, stick around as we dive into the world of Asian horror. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which of these games gave you the biggest fright. Devotion, developed by Red Candle Games, is a psychological horror game set in 1980s Taiwan. The game takes place entirely within a single apartment building, immersing players in the haunting story of a family and their dark secrets. Drawing heavily on Taiwanese folklore and superstition, the game's setting is both culturally rich and deeply unsettling. The narrative follows Du Fengyu, a struggling screenwriter, his wife Gong Li Fang, a retired singer, and their daughter Mei Xin. As players explore the apartment, they witness the family's gradual descent into madness and despair. The game masterfully employs environmental storytelling, using everyday objects and decorations to reveal the family's past and the tragic events that unfolded within the apartment's walls. Devotion is renowned for its atmospheric design, combining eerie soundscapes with unsettling visuals to create a truly terrifying experience. The apartment itself seems to shift and change, mirroring the protagonist's deteriorating mental state. Players must solve puzzles and piece together clues to progress through the increasingly twisted narrative. One of the game's greatest strengths is its ability to evoke a profound sense of dread without relying on jump scares. Instead, it builds tension through its meticulously detailed environment, compelling story, and the emotional weight of the characters' experiences. The sense of foreboding is palpable, and the horror is deeply psychological, exploring themes of familial bonds, faith, and the lengths one might go to out of love and desperation. Home Sweet Home is a first-person horror game developed by Yggdrasil Group and released in 2017. The game draws heavily from Thai mythology and folklore, creating an eerie and culturally rich experience. Players assume the role of Tim, a man searching for his missing wife, Jane. The story unfolds as Tim wakes up in an unfamiliar, haunted house and must navigate through various chilling environments to uncover the truth. One of the game's standout features is its immersive atmosphere. The developers have meticulously crafted the environments, utilizing dim lighting, eerie sound design, and unsettling visual details to create a constant sense of dread. The game's setting shifts between reality and nightmarish realms, keeping players on edge as they encounter ghostly apparitions and other supernatural entities. Home Sweet Home employs stealth-based gameplay, requiring players to avoid detection by malevolent spirits. This mechanic adds to the tension, as players must carefully observe their surroundings and plan their movements to evade danger. The game's puzzles are thoughtfully integrated into the narrative, challenging players to think critically. The story is compelling, with a focus on Thai cultural elements and supernatural lore. As Tim delves deeper into the mystery of Jane's disappearance, he encounters various spirits and learns about the tragic events that led to their restless existence. This narrative approach adds depth to the horror experience, making Home Sweet Home not just a game of jump scares, but a chilling journey through a haunted world steeped in tradition and myth. The Bridge Curse: Road to Salvation is a thrilling horror game that delves into the world of supernatural legends and urban myths. Set in a desolate and eerie town, the game centers around a haunted bridge with a dark and mysterious past. The story unfolds as players take on the role of a group of friends who, while exploring this forsaken area, accidentally awaken vengeful spirits linked to the bridge's tragic history. In The Bridge Curse: Road to Salvation, players must navigate through a series of chilling environments, solve puzzles, and unravel the story behind the bridge's curse. The game's atmospheric design enhances the sense of dread, with haunting visuals and an immersive soundscape that keeps players on edge. The bridge itself acts as a central element, often presenting obstacles and supernatural phenomena that players must confront to progress. One of the standout features of the game is its emphasis on psychological horror, blending tense gameplay with unsettling narratives. As players delve deeper, they'll encounter various ghostly apparitions and uncover the tragic events that led to the curse. The decisions players make can influence the outcome, adding a layer of replayability and personal engagement to the experience. Overall, The Bridge Curse: Road to Salvation combines compelling storytelling with intense gameplay, making it a must-play for fans of horror and supernatural mysteries. Its chilling atmosphere and intricate plot promise an unforgettable journey through fear and the unknown. Project Zero: Maiden of Black Water is a survival horror game developed by Koei Tecmo, initially released in 2014 for the Wii U. In 2021, the game was re-released on multiple platforms, including Steam, bringing its chilling experience to a broader audience. Set on the eerie Hikami Mountain, notorious for its suicides and paranormal activity, players control three characters: Yuri Kozakata, Miu Hinasaki, and Ren Hojo. Each character is drawn to the mountain by personal connections to the supernatural and must navigate its dark mysteries. The central gameplay mechanic revolves around the camera obscura, a mystical camera capable of capturing and sealing away spirits. Players use the camera to combat hostile ghosts, solve puzzles, and uncover the secrets of Hikami Mountain. The game is renowned for its atmospheric tension and reliance on Japanese folklore and horror elements. The camera obscura adds a unique layer to the gameplay, requiring players to confront their fears directly by photographing and fighting off malevolent spirits. The intertwined storylines of the three characters provide a rich narrative that explores themes of loss, grief, and the afterlife. Graphically, the 2021 re-release enhances the game with improved visuals, delivering a hauntingly beautiful world filled with detailed environments and character models. The sound design further amplifies the horror experience, with eerie ambient noises and ghostly whispers keeping players on edge. Project Zero: Maiden of Black Water stands out in the survival horror genre, offering a blend of psychological terror and engaging gameplay mechanics. The game's re-release allows a new generation of players to experience its haunting narrative and intense ghost encounters. DreadOut, developed by Digital Happiness, is a chilling Indonesian survival horror game that combines traditional ghost stories with modern gameplay elements. Released in 2014, it immerses players in a terrifying adventure through a mysterious haunted town. You play as Linda, a high school student who, along with her friends, becomes stranded in an abandoned town. As night falls, the place transforms into a nightmarish realm filled with malevolent spirits and supernatural entities. The primary objective is to navigate through the dark, eerie environments while solving puzzles and uncovering the town's grim secrets. The gameplay revolves around using a smartphone's camera as a tool to ward off ghosts and capture their images, which is essential for both defense and progression. The camera's flash can weaken or banish spirits, making it a vital resource for survival. This unique mechanic adds an extra layer of tension and strategy to the game, as you must manage your flashlight's battery and make quick decisions under pressure. DreadOut is praised for its atmospheric visuals and sound design, which effectively create a sense of dread and unease. The game's art style blends realistic settings with unsettling, surreal elements, enhancing the horror experience. The story is steeped in Indonesian folklore, offering a fresh perspective on ghostly tales that adds depth to the narrative. Pulang Insanity is a psychological horror game inspired by true events in Borneo Island, Indonesia. Set against the backdrop of Indonesia's rich and mythical culture, this game offers a unique and unsettling experience that deviates from traditional horror norms. Unlike many horror games that rely heavily on jump scares and loud audio effects to induce fear, Pulang Insanity takes a different approach. The game is designed to immerse players in a disturbingly eerie atmosphere, creating a sense of dread even in the absence of immediate threats. This emphasis on atmospheric horror is a deliberate choice, aiming to evoke a continuous sense of unease and tension. Players will engage with interactive puzzles that are integral to the gameplay. These puzzles are crafted to challenge players' problem-solving skills while maintaining the game's haunting ambiance. The environment and narrative are deeply rooted in the mythical lore of Indonesia, enriching the game with cultural depth and authenticity. As players navigate through the game, they will encounter a series of unsettling and psychologically disturbing scenarios, all designed to provoke an ongoing sense of dread. Pulang Insanity stands out in the horror genre by focusing on atmospheric tension rather than conventional shock tactics, offering a haunting experience that lingers long after the game is over. Detention is a unique horror game developed by Red Candle Games, set in 1960s Taiwan under martial law. The game's story centers on two high school students, Wei and Ray, who find themselves trapped in their school after hours. As they explore the eerie, abandoned school, they encounter supernatural elements rooted in Taiwanese folklore and political history. The game blends traditional 2D side-scrolling gameplay with a gripping narrative and atmospheric horror. Players navigate the darkened, decrepit school environment, solving puzzles and evading ghostly threats. The visual style is striking, featuring hand-drawn art that enhances the unsettling mood. The combination of eerie visuals and haunting sound design creates a chilling experience, immersing players in a world where the past's ghosts and the present's fears collide. Detention's story delves into themes of fear, oppression, and the supernatural. It explores the impact of historical trauma on individuals, using its setting to reflect the anxieties of a society living under authoritarian rule. The game's narrative is both compelling and educational, offering insight into a specific historical context while delivering a deeply personal horror story. Overall, Detention stands out for its atmospheric tension, cultural authenticity, and emotional depth. It's a memorable experience for fans of psychological horror and those interested in games that explore historical and cultural themes through interactive storytelling. White Day, a Labyrinth-named school, is a chilling survival horror game set in a high school with a dark secret. Originally released in 2001 in South Korea and remade in 2015, this game blends classic horror elements with a unique setting and story. In White Day, players assume the role of a student named Wei, who gets trapped in a seemingly abandoned school overnight. What starts as a simple prank quickly escalates into a nightmarish ordeal as supernatural events unfold. The school's dark past comes to life with ghostly apparitions and eerie phenomena, making every corner a potential danger. The gameplay focuses on exploration, puzzle solving, and stealth. Players must navigate the school's dark hallways, solve various puzzles to progress, and avoid being caught by terrifying supernatural entities. Unlike many horror games, White Day emphasizes the importance of staying hidden rather than engaging in combat. The atmosphere is incredibly tense, with dim lighting and unsettling sound design adding to the sense of dread. One of the standout features of White Day is its reliance on narrative and environmental storytelling. The game's story is revealed through notes, clues, and interactions with the environment, creating an immersive and eerie experience. The school's ghostly inhabitants each have their own backstories and motivations, adding depth to the horror. Set in an eerie and abandoned hospital, the game plunges players into a nightmarish environment filled with dark secrets and unsettling occurrences. The story follows a protagonist who ventures into the desolate Yonesawara Hospital to uncover its hidden horrors. As players explore the decrepit facility, they are met with disturbing imagery, ghostly sounds, and eerie phenomena that create an unrelenting sense of dread. The narrative is pieced together through environmental storytelling, with fragmented documents, disturbing messages, and haunting flashbacks revealing the hospital's grim history. The gameplay in Yonesawara Hospital focuses on exploration and puzzle solving within the labyrinthine corridors of the hospital. Players must navigate through maze-like hallways, locked rooms, and darkened spaces while solving puzzles to progress. The hospital's disorienting layout intensifies the sense of claustrophobia and fear. A notable feature is the sanity mechanic. Prolonged exposure to the horrifying environment affects the protagonist's mental state, adding a layer of psychological tension to the gameplay. With its atmospheric graphics, spine-chilling sound design, and compelling narrative, Yonesawara Hospital delivers a gripping and terrifying experience. The game's blend of exploration, puzzle solving, and psychological horror ensures that players remain on edge as they uncover the hospital's dark secrets and struggle to escape its nightmarish grasp. Pamali, Indonesian folklore horror, is a gripping experience that delves into authentic Indonesian culture and taboos, offering a unique twist on the horror genre. The game centers on Jaka, a young man who returns to his hometown with the intention of selling his old family house. As he begins to clean and renovate the property, he dismisses his family's traditions and belongings, making disrespectful remarks about the items he encounters. This disregard soon leads to mysterious and unsettling occurrences within the house, revealing that he is not alone, and that the family harbored dark, hidden secrets. Players explore an abandoned Indonesian home, navigating its eerie atmosphere and uncovering unsettling truths about the family. The game features interactive elements that allow players to engage with various objects and artifacts in the house. For instance, if you come across an intriguing painting, you can choose to either praise it or mock it. Each decision impacts the supernatural experiences you encounter and the overall narrative, making every playthrough distinct and immersive. Pamali's gameplay emphasizes the importance of choice, with actions and interactions shaping the unfolding horror and the story's direction. The game offers multiple endings, each determined by the player's decisions and approach. With its culturally rich backdrop and engaging mechanics, Pamali provides a deeply personal horror experience that explores the consequences of disrespecting long-held traditions and beliefs. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed this dive into the supernatural, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you played any of these spine-tingling titles, or is there another Asian horror game you think we should check out? Let us know. Thank you, and see you in the next video.